Good morning, beloveds. So I am very aware how idiotic it is to do live streams like this because I talk with my hands in portrait mode. Facebook doesn't think so. Facebook doesn't support landscape right now. And I use an Android phone. It says turn it back to portrait mode for So Facebook, get your act together. That being said, let's get on with this. I just want people to know that I didn't choose this landscape, that I didn't choose this. Facebook did. It's very irritating for me. It's very frustrating. I like to have a good experience doing this, and this is not it. So, all right. It is November 21st. Our title is Be Ye Thankful, and our author is Sue Sikking. It is from Be Ye Thankful from 1957 from Unity. All right. As we look at the world today, we see it no longer functioning wholly in sense consciousness, but beginning to unfold into the spiritual completeness that it is destined to express. We know the truth about our world. We give thanks to God, thanks for God's perfect world now coming forth into manifestation. To praise and to give thanks is to magnify that which is praised. This is the law of God, and people use it again and again when they express the spirit of praise and thanksgiving in their heart. When we praise children, we give thanks for them and all that is within them. We praise them for the wonderful things that they are going to be and do. Very short, but two extremely important points. The first being why we pray in present tense. Okay? Why do we pray in present tense? Why do we pray as if we already have that which we desire? Because it already exists in the mind of God. That's why. That's why. God has this idea of what a perfect world would look like. It's up to us to make the right choices. So it already, that perfect world where everybody's needs are met, that already exists in the mind of God. Okay? And remember, God is not bound by time and space. So that means that it already exists. So we can absolutely pray in present tense. So whatever it is that you are seeking, if it is in alignment with God, in alignment with good, and benefits, at least one person and hurts nobody, it already exists in the mind of God. That's the good news. The other thing that she is talking about is gratitude. Gratitude is one of those, we can talk. And, honestly, for the month of November, I've got friends on Facebook and I applaud their ability to do this because I am not one of those people who every day in the month of November, they get on and say something that they're grateful for. Kathy Mastriani, Reverend Kathy, is one of the people who gets on. I saw one of her posts, she said, I'm grateful for the color purple. So, but every day she gets on and she says what she's grateful for. And that's the beauty of gratitude, is you can be grateful for literally anything. Anything. It doesn't matter how big or small it is. And in fact, I'm a big believer in counting the little ones. What are all the little things that you're grateful for? Because you will find far more of those. And those are what add up to the big things. That's where I'll quote Gandalf. It's the small acts of kindness that hold back the darkness. It's not the big acts. We need the big acts occasionally, but it's the small acts. It's the small everyday acts of ordinary people that hold back the darkness. So, and that's the amazing thing about gratitude. It works. It works. I say, if you want to change your mindset, if you wake up grumpy, I started this video grumpy because I'm grumpy at Facebook, but we're talking about gratitude. Now, the other person that I'll call out, if you don't follow Tracy Brown, on Facebook, I highly suggest you follow Tracy Brown on Facebook because she's been doing gratitude prompts. Name, this, and then she'll give you a specific thing that you're grateful for, like a category or something. So she's been doing gratitude prompts, which is really interesting. David Bruner's another one. I don't know if there's an N in his name or not. He's a minister out from California. And he's been asking, he asks a daily question, and a lot of them have been about gratitude in the month of November. So, Thanksgiving, right there, we've got a holiday that's about gratitude. And so, that's the other thing it's like, be grateful, because there's so much to be grateful for. And as Emma says, look for the good and praise it. Well, that's a gratitude. I tell the story with permission because my partner one time was just really struggling. The mood was just, and he asked me, he said, okay, I'm really struggling. What? And I said, well, why don't you keep a gratitude journal? Because a couple of times there's exercises like one day you write, the first day you write down one thing that you're grateful for. The next thing you write down 2 things that you're grateful for. So by after a week, you're writing down 7 things that you're grateful for. And so it's just a progressive build, and you're not supposed to repeat. So, and I don't know if he just if he did that graduated one but he did. And about a week later, he came back and he said, thank you, I feel better. That is the power of gratitude. That is absolutely the power of gratitude. And you can be grateful for, you can be grateful for the drop in the temperature. You can be grateful for the breeze. You can be grateful. I'm always grateful for a breeze. Woof. You can be grateful for the rain. You can be grateful for the sunny day. It's things like that you can be grateful for. It doesn't have to be, things that people do for you. Like, I am grateful for when I push on the center paw of my cat's, his claws immediately come around and he'll hold my hand. I'm also grateful for last night. He chose to sit in my lap and he let me clip his front paws, his claws. I wasn't able to do much of a clip, but I got the tips off of all of them, the sharp pointies. So, those are the little things. Like he was patient enough with me to let me do that. And he also was sitting on me at an angle that I could. So, gratitude is amazing. It is absolutely amazing. And I will tell you, if you don't think you have anything to be grateful for, you're wrong. Straight up. You can find things. You woke up this morning. You got up. Yeah, you got out of bed this morning. Things like that. Things like that. I've joined a couple of support groups for a chronic issue, and it's been very helpful for me because I can see some of the things. I'm not crazy, and I'm grateful for the groups, but I'm also grateful because I can see, and they talk about in that how important attitude is. And they vent because people don't understand what they're going through, but it does show how important, attitude is to our health. So yeah, gratitude, be ye thankful, and you can always find something to be grateful for. All right. Yeah, I think I've done her justice. It's a short one today. It's 2 lines, not even probably about a third of the page. So, but yay. All right. So the mission today, obviously the mission today is be ye thankful. We praise them for the wonderful things that they are going to be and do. So, she says when we praise children, we give thanks for them and all that is within them. We praise them for the wonderful things that they are going to be and do. So the mission today, should we choose to accept it, and I think that's what it is. So the mission today is to praise and give thanks. What you choose to praise and give thanks, that's up to you. That's up to you, and it can be. I suggest the little things. I'm a big believer in the little things. But whatever it is that you praise something in your life, give thanks for something in your life. And maybe try the gratitude where today you praise and give thanks for one thing and tomorrow you do 2. Try it. It is very helpful. And science will back you up on that. There's a lot of good, social science, psychology, on the ability of gratitude to really turn your mood around and how that can help, especially when you're dealing with like chronic pain issues. So, all right, that's the mission today, should you choose to accept it. The other mission is the same mission I give you every day, which is to do something loving for yourself, do something kind for yourself, do something compassionate for yourself. This is the spiritual practice of self-care. And I call it that, the spiritual practice of self-care. You cannot pour from an empty cup. And occasionally you just need to sit down, put your cup down, and go boil that tea, boil that kettle. So, rest is a huge thing for that. So it's extraordinarly important. And so I say it, my first one is always take a deep breath before you speak. Mostly because that's one of the things that sent me screaming into therapy one time, is I heard myself talk and went, that is not okay. I went to therapy. I got better. Do I occasionally do it? Yes. But now when I catch myself doing it, I'm like, that's not okay. Let's not do that anymore. We know better. But then I also say, take a walk, take a nap, take a break. All of those are the human equivalent of turning yourself off, turning yourself back on. So, taking a walk. One, yeah, I'm a big believer in exercise. It's extremely important to me. Two, it gets you out of whatever situation you're in so that you can give yourself a break. I remind you that, taking a nap, we all need the rest. And that's how you know you're an adult, when you look forward to a nap. Because, as children, we fought them because we had fear of missing out. And as adults, we're like, yeah, I want to miss out on this, so I'm going to go take a nap. And then take a break. Go do something else. Especially if you're working on something. It will help you realign yourself. All the rest of this, my end goal in suggesting the spiritual practice is that everything that you do for yourself and others is loving, kind, and compassionate. Everything. I'm encouraging you to build a habit, but more importantly, I'm encouraging you to build a response, and a loving, kind, and compassionate response to life, because it's important. We believe in creating a world that works for everybody. Well, that's one of the ways that we can do it, by making sure that everything we do is loving, kind, and compassionate, especially when we do the tough stuff. You can be loving, compassionate, and kind and say no. And one of the things that you can also, because it's for yourself and others, remember that no is a complete sentence. Okay? And sometimes saying yes, which pushes you out of your comfort zone, is a good thing. So, just bear that in mind. All right, beloveds. I've already talked a whole lot about the gratitude. No, wait, that's somewhere else in there. I don't know what I'm doing. I know what I'm doing and do the same thing every day, but it just gradually evolves and changes. Because one of the other things that I say in this self-care part is to eat dessert first. Because I believe that chocolate is the first step to fixing anything. But that's just me. I know people who don't like chocolate. I'm just like, which is fine. If you don't like chocolate, that's more for me. I'm okay with that. But what it means is, don't save the good stuff. Go out of your way to make the ordinary extraordinary a little more often. I said something really cool yesterday, and I'm going to have to go back and watch the video because I meant to write it down and didn't. But fortunately, it's on the video. Treat your life as the special occasion that it is. Wear the fancy clothes, eat the fancy food, drink the fancy stuff, whatever the stuff is. Use the fine dishes and glassware and silverware. Don't save them for the holidays. Use them on an ordinary Tuesday. Go out of your way to make the ordinary extraordinary a little more often. All right. I also want to remind you that joy is a quality of God. Therefore, joy is a quality of you. Therefore, make room for joy. It doesn't matter what's going on in the world. It doesn't matter what's going on in your life. You still deserve joy. Please make room for it. Please make room for it. All right. I'm going to take one nice deep breath. Whew, and give you the rest of the suggestions, which are: do something to engage your mind and your body, unless today is your day of rest. Drink plenty of water. Hydration is super important. Your brain works better, your body works better, and your skin looks better if you are well hydrated. And then get that 5 to 10 minutes of bright light. When we went out for the walk this morning, like, the clouds were like heavy and gray. When we came back, there was a whole lot of blue sky, but still no sun because the clouds are going east. So I'm leaning into the artificial light for that boost this morning. I talk about vitamin D. I take a vitamin D pill because I can't get enough vitamin D, even with, being out in the sun. 5 to 10 minutes is generally enough for most people, depending on where you live in the world. And if it's not, especially if you're in my age group, you're around the half century mark, ask them to test your vitamin D. Super important. It's important to your bone health, your thyroid, your immune system, your mood, especially if your mood's been a little, then ask them to test your vitamin D. They may not do it very often, and it's not a regular test. It is something that they have to order. Because I had an aunt that had breast cancer. They check mine a little more often. So, and it's normal, just low, normal. And I'm like, I'd like it to be a little higher. So 5 to 10 minutes, bright light. You'll have more energy during the day. You'll sleep better at night. I got off onto the vitamin D thing. Meh. All right. And then, nope, that's 3. So open the windows of your soul. Allow the breath of heaven to remind you, you do live in heaven right here, right now. It's all around us all the time. Because it's a state of mind. I'm not going to beat around the bush. Heaven is a state of mind. It's a state of consciousness. It is not a place you have to get to, but when you learn to create that mindset, when you learn to create that state of consciousness, it can become any place you are. And that's when it goes from a state of grace to a superpower. Like, legit superpower. So, do what you need to do to learn to create that mindset. Honestly, it will go a long way to making your life better, making the world better when you learn to create that heavenly mindset. And there's lots of ways to do it. And Emma Curtis Hopkins gives you the best advice. Look for the good and embrace it. The whole thing today was about gratitude, and you see why it works. So, all right. Yeah. I'm going to jump forward. We are Creative Life Spiritual Center, Creative Life Spark. I'm the running Rev Ryan on the social medias that I am on. I encourage you to like, share, follow, do all that stuff. When you like our stuff on the social media, it bumps it up in the algorithm so more people see it. That's why we ask you to like it, and share it. So, there are hours of content on the Facebook and the YouTube. So please feel free to check out both of them. Like I said, Creative Life Spiritual Center and the Running Rev Ryan, we both have YouTube channels, and this thing called You is on both of them. So if you've ever wanted to read this thing called You and haven't found the time, if you've got time to listen, I've read it to you. So check it out. All right. Where am I? Oh, info@creativelife.org. Info@creativelife.org is the constant contact that we get. You get about 1 email a week because it's a real person doing it, and the hot links are hot. If it says click here now, it'll take you right to the information you want, i.e. the Soul Session playlist, or to the person that can help you get it. So, because Jesse's been teaching a really amazing class through Home Office, and you have to register through Home Office for that. So, all right. I guess I'm at the part where this is where the portrait mode is, because I'm like all, where I get to encourage you to have a great day, a wondrous day, a fantastic day, a magical day, an enchanted day, a wonderful day, an awesome day, an amazing day, a grateful day, a bundle up day, a dance in the wind day, a get some bright light day, enjoy the warm kitty day. He just rolled over and he's so warm. A get stuff done day, have you finished your shopping list day, a getting ready for Thanksgiving day, a good day. And if that is too much pressure, simply have a day. You are enough just as you are. You're a beloved child of God. You are a brilliant light, a divine spark, you are spirit in motion. You are God in action, or as Reverend Joseph likes to call us, you are a godling, in whom God is well pleased and well represented. All right? Know the truth of your being and the truth of the God that you believe in. Because I said God is represented in you. That's what I mean. People get to know the God that you believe in through your words and your actions. So explore the truth of your being and what you believe about God, and peel back the layers of everything that society and religion and culture and everything that they have told you about you and God. Get to know the source of your being. Get to know you. And I can tell you that get to know who God knows you to be, is what I like to say. The person that you are, that God knows you to be, is really good and probably pretty cool. All right. I'm going to move into the process of my day. So I'm going to remind you that Reverend David will be on around 5 p.m. with you. I will be back with you around 9 a.m. tomorrow. Take care of yourself. Know that you are loved, and I will see you next time.